COVIDgate 2022 Agenda 21 uncovered, the deep state elite, and big pharma exposed. Vaccines: The Great Reset Global Crisis 2030 to 2050 paperback, November 30, 2021. By TruthLeak Books, author, Chris. We are inching ever closer to the mother of all economic depressions, and its effects are about to cause an unprecedented amount of turbulence, chaos, and despair in our modern society. The horror stories of the Great Depression of the 1930s are about to repeat themselves. Most preppers have that grim era burned into their minds as a stark reminder of how quickly things can go wrong, even in the richest country in the world. And today, global events are accelerating rapidly, and things are spiraling out of control at an alarming rate in the United States. For decades, preppers had the Great Depression as a motivation and reminder to prepare for dark times even before things started going bad. But the truth is, this is the scenario we should all be preparing for. Recently, a number of economists, financial analysts, and market watchers have warned that another Great Depression is coming that will return us to an era of poverty, hunger, and distress that will likely begin later this year. Last year, when the healthcare crisis hit the US, the economy fell into a deep recession in a matter of days. More than 700,000 jobless claims were filed in a few months, and US GDP fell 31.4% in the second quarter, the deepest and fastest collapse ever recorded.
Going to city council matters, old business, no, new business, no. Individual council matters. I'm going to take a few minutes to tell you about my meeting. I went to the Treasure Coast Regional Planning Council. I was shocked, to say the least. They gave another presentation on 750, and this clown got up, and here's some of the statements that we withdrew from this, and it's a darn good thing we did. This group is a bunch of radicals. Here's one of the statements. Cities are less important. In other words, they will become less important. The worldview, counties will become less important also. Only mega regions are important. Now, he's starting to talk about European trade, et cetera, so only mega regions, in other words, the entire 7 counties would have someone to control them. They are not going to put up with American education system. He's talking about the Europeans. It was about this time when I started getting a little upset, and I had a few words, but I don't know what world this guy is living in. I mean, what rock they turned over to find this guy. Don't be distracted by today's problems. I mean, and here's one, I almost got up and left. Fascism is the best form of government to implement these changes. That's not even funny. That's not funny. This is the Treasure Coast Regional Planning Council. Fascism is a good form of government to implement these changes. Here's a wonderful one. We shouldn't have any more of these meetings. Just pass this thing and be done with it. Bureaucracy is anti-American. I mean, this guy is off somewhere and left. I don't know what he's eating, but I don't want any of it. We will be transcending local contact or local control. Create a utopian community. Now, where have you heard that from back in the 60s? I mean, I was growing up in the 60s, and I was a bit of a hippie myself, but I think I grew out of that a long time ago. You need a very small group of people to make the decisions. In other words, we, the cities, the municipalities, and the counties wouldn't be making the decisions. The group down in Miami, the 750 group, and he said no more than 4 people. Capitalism is ruthless. Well, duh, where'd you grow up? I thought the Gestapo was going to walk into the room. I mean, this guy is an arrogant, pompous ass. Don't ever have anything to do with the 750. We made the right decision. And I'll get off my soapbox now.
Welcome to the Story of Liberty. Today we have a very special program for you. I have